Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is Charlotte here. And as you can see, I pulled out the jelly pad or the jelly plate. I can't help myself, guys. I just can't. I am having so much fun with this that I just thought I promise every video is not going to be about this jelly plate. I promise. But for now, it's just so much fun. I can't help myself. Before we get started, I have been speaking about recognizing some of my wonderful channels from subscribers to this channel, and I want to share those with you. I want to share some of the love, and we're going to start that today. So I've got 3 channels. I will link them below in the description box so you don't have to go searching. But the first channel is Pirjo Blues. She is in Germany, and she's just got the nicest channel ever, and her accent is wonderful to sit and listen to. So I just would recommend that you go pay her a visit and give her a little bit of love. Another channel I want to recognize, and a person that's dear to my heart, is Brenda Clark. And her channel is just that, Brenda Clark, and I will make sure that there's a link for her. She does a lot of videos, and she shares a lot of fun ideas, and so you can get a lot of inspiration from her. Also, Journal Gigi Hanna, and Gigi also does a lot of really fun things and has a lot of great ideas. So those 3 wonderful ladies will be linked below. Please hop over, subscribe, give them a like, see what they're up to, and let them know that you are there. Now, we are going to do some of these envelopes that Just a Junkin' with Grandma Moses brought forward it was a great idea of hers. This is her idea, not mine. I would have really, I don't think, ever thought of doing this, but I finished these. I had shared these with you the other day. I went ahead and I distressed them. I got out some medieval mirage paper and put that back there. I don't know how I'm going to use these yet. I don't know if I'm going to decorate these. So, yeah, they are done as far as being put together, ready to go. This obviously not, but I was thinking this one I probably will fold and then just do a piece of cardstock or something. I don't know. It's going to be difficult to match this, but I wanted you to see how they looked, and then I was thinking, I wonder what these would do if they were waxed, if I just took the wax, and I don't know how the iron and the wax would do. I wonder if it would pull the paint off. I'm not sure, not really sure. These were, for the most part, tea-dye before I started. So I pulled some new envelopes. I had a comment that I was reading, and it had said how she had said, ooh, yellow and blue. And so I went into my paints and I pulled out some yellow because I've got this blue. I found out that each time I was putting paint down and going ahead and pulling paint, then I would wipe it with the baby wipe and clean the plate, and that was the wrong thing to do. We talked about this just a little bit, but let your paint dry. You can try it both ways, but for me, let your paint dry, because as soon as you wet this, then it will pull up, and you just get some fantastic looking prints. So let's get the yellow out and let's see what we can do. I went ahead and I cut the ends of these envelopes, and I just thought, let's have a play with these and see if we can get into a little bit of trouble and what trouble looks like. I know that there are several of you from the comments that have jelly plates that you've never pulled out. You're a lot like me, and it's time. I've had this sitting around for a couple years anyway, so it is time to get the jelly plate out. I am going to play with this beautiful pale yellow, Amarillo, I think it's called. It's from Delta, and pale yellow. So we are going to put this down and see what this does. We may like it, we may not, but we're going to find out. And I am just going to do the yellow and see what happens. And it looks like a lot. I know it does. But let's see what we get from it. This is when I should have tags sitting here, because let's come over here onto some of this. Tags are really good for just picking up any of the little areas that you might have. So let's see what happens, guys. If we don't like it, we don't like it. But let's get this down here. And I'm not too worried about this acetate area. I'm going to be sure I don't push on the acetate, but I know it's picking up paint. It will come off with a baby wipe. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, already I'm liking it. Ooh, I hope it doesn't tear. Ooh, look at that. Oh. See what I mean about the background? Look at that. So this will fold this way. This will come off. Not concerned. Takes a little bit of rubbing, but it will come off. See how you get that, just that little piece of red? Let's see if we can get a little bit more red. Look at that. Let's get some more. As long as the paint is wet, it should come up. If the paint starts to dry, you won't. You'll have to wet it again. Oh, look at that. It just keeps getting better and better. Not finished. Let's get a baby wipe and check out this, because I got so much on here. Let's kind of clean this acetate off. If it dries, I don't have trouble getting the acetate clean, but better to be safe than sorry. So I wonder, I would like a little bit more red, and that's not quite wet, but yeah, look at that. I wonder if we have any wet paint. You need wet paint. I like that. So, what color do we want next? Let me see. How about, oh, do I have a green? I have a pale green. Let's try just a little bit of this and see what happens. Don't need a lot. Get this off. Let's see what we can pull up here. we got. And then I'm thinking maybe, look at that, maybe we want to get into some gold. Look at how pretty that is. Love this. Isn't that, look at that. Look at that. All right, how about let's get into, you know, instead of the gold, I wonder, that might, I'm a little bit afraid of that because I love what I've got. I don't want to ruin it. So let's get into just a little bit of gold. Sometimes the gold can take over. This is, in case you're wondering, this is Premium Bright Metallic Paint, Craft Smart, and it is, where is your name? Patent Radiant Gold. That's what it's called, Radiant Gold by Craft Smart. I couldn't tell you where I got it. May have been Hobby Lobby. I don't know. Ooh, I think this is gonna look good. Let's see how pretty this is. Guys. Yeah. Let's get it down here. Get some on the back. Let's do this before I do a reveal, just to have the surprise. That's half the fun. You know, if you've got children or grandchildren, I think they'd love this. Get dirty. Ooh, look at the red that came up. I want some red down, I think down here, but oh, look at that. Look at that. And don't worry about the white. If you're going to distress, don't worry about the white. But I need some red down here. So I'm going to go ahead. I see where I've got red there. I'm going to put some more gold. And then we're going to switch envelopes. So let's get it on this red. See if we can pull some of this up. And I know I want it right in here. I didn't get much. I got just a tiny bit. Nope, not a lot. I guess I don't have a lot there to pull up. But I got more than what I had. So I think I'm going to call this done. When this is distressed, we could go put a little bit of black. How daring are we? How daring do we want to be? Do we want a little bit of black? You know what? Let's just do it. It's just an envelope, right, guys? So I'm going to stay up in this area. I've got a lot of paint. And I want you to remember, black goes a long way. So be careful with it. If you don't have enough, you can always add, but you can't take away. And I don't want to ruin what I have, because I really like it. So let's see what happens. We go this way. I'm not going to look at it. Hopefully we have enough black to get some here. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, look at that. Could use more. Look at that. Yeah, do you see how pretty that is? Here is the back side. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to get into my napkins because I'm wondering if some Collage Podge napkins on here would be really, really nice. So there's one envelope. Let's move on to, I pulled this color out. I'm gonna push this up because I think I'm gonna go down here. I have this honey brown from Americana, and we are coming into fall. I've got some yellow, I've got some gold, I've got some blue. Let's put some of this on, and maybe, I've got pink on this. Maybe we should just play around with this one and see what we get. Let's see what surprises are going to come our way. So let's go down here first. Pull this. Hopefully we get some good color. And then we're going to pull this. See what we've got. Not a lot. We didn't pull much. That pink is pretty strong. Let's go on the edge here. See if we can get anything off of here. That pink is pretty strong, and I didn't pull up any of the blue. So let's pull out. Let's get a darker blue on here. This is Anita's, and it's Blue Fog. See if I can get it out. There's not much. It doesn't feel like there's much in here. But let's come up here with the black and see what we do. And I have a funny feeling. Take this way because that's a lot of paint. So let's see. Hopefully I'm on camera. We're okay. I will tell you, sometimes you do this and you think, ooh, I do not like that at all. And then when you start to decorate it, it gets really beautiful. I've thrown out many a paper thinking that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And now I'm wondering, of course, I didn't really know what I was doing. And so this is looking ruddy to me. Kind of muddy and ruddy. But let's see what we've got. Yeah, let's put some white on here and see what happens, because I see I've got wet here, so let's pick that up. Take this little one. We can always bring in a stencil, can bring in some red. This is how you're going to learn about your colors too. It's amazing what you pull up that you think, oh my goodness, that's just gray. And then you start adding to it and it's like, oh, but that's beautiful. So you never really know. Let's see if I can pull any of this. Look at that, I pulled up that yellow, pulled green down here. Trying to see if I have anything that's wet. Okay, this is not my favorite. Well, this one is not my favorite by a long shot. But let's see what we can do. I love the yellow. I love this green. Love that. But let's see what we can do with this. So maybe, because this is really, let's put a little bit of white. I'm going to turn this plate around so I know I'm on camera, and let's get more up into this area. And let's put a little bit of white. I don't want a lot because I'm afraid I don't want the white to take over. But I want to see if I can kind of get out of that gray that I've gotten myself into. Feels like I've gotten myself into a lot of gray, and I'm not happy with that at all. So, let's see what we can do. The worst that happens is I don't like it and I throw it away. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big of a loss. But I'd like to keep it. See what happens. Oh, look at that. Now that looks really pretty. Almost Eastery, I have to say. Almost Easter colors. But it pulled up all that yellow. It pulled up some blue. See if I have any more white I can get up. So I have to admit, I like this a lot better now. So let's do something about this because I don't like that. And we need more color here. So maybe let's go ahead and put more white down and do something with the back. And then I think might pull some gold. Gold seems to be a color that I go to a lot. I think I just like the sparkle of it. And the richness of it, and it's absolutely gorgeous when you mix it with the Distress ink. It is really, really pretty. So I know I needed color at the bottom here. Let's see if I can pull some of that off of there, and it didn't work. So let's come up here and see what we get. And I will clean the envelope off. Got a lot of white. Push this up here and let's just kind of wipe this off so you realize there is acetate here. Hopefully it's dry enough. It's not going to pull a bunch of paint. Clean it up. I might be off camera just while I'm cleaning the acetate. I have a smeared mess, but that's okay. That pink comes from the inside of this envelope. This is what I have on the back side now. We need something bold is what we need. So I think I am going to go after this black with some gold. Let's give it a try and see if we don't like this a little bit more. Maybe it needs a tiny bit of red. See if we can pull some of this off. But you get the idea. I mean, this is what you do. You have to plan it. And you may not like everything you do. And if you don't, that is okay. You don't have to like everything. Some of it you can fix. Some of it you can cover up. Some of it you can say, no, going in the trash. And that's all right. See what that looks like. Well, that looks a lot better. But I think, yeah, we need some black. I am having trouble getting anything down here to pick up. So let's get out. I got a little gold. Let's get some black on this and see if we can salvage it, because I'm not a really big fan, but then again, once you put you start making something out of it, you'd be surprised what happens. And I think let's go ahead and let's put a little bit of gold. Not a lot, just a little bit. And see what happens here. I'm almost afraid, guys. Okay. Don't let your paint dry. Don't let your paint dry. Okay. The start of a new month. Absolutely amazing. Should I lift it off? I'm almost afraid. And I don't want to waste this. Let's go ahead and see what this gives us. Ooh, look at that. Let's put this on there. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Kind of marbly looking. Cool. All right, are you ready? Ooh, okay. That's what we have. Look at that there. Maybe that's looking really good. Okay, I have to admit, I like that. And I'm thinking, I wish I had a little bit of copper. Look at that. I don't have the copper paint in front of me. Let's put some red. Let's get some red. Okay, let's see what trouble we're gonna get into here. But let's get some red. You know, red's one of those colors where you don't need a lot of it. It's one of those. So it can take over in a heartbeat, so you want to be careful. And like I said, if you come up with a pattern that you don't really like, you can always stencil. There's all sorts of things you can do with that. Let's go this way. I think I'm going to call this one. We've done enough with this. I'm going to let it go. There we go. You look at this and you kind of think, oh, Charlotte, I don't know. But once this dries, and I still want gold though. You know, I really do. Let's do a stencil. This is way too yellow, and I know once I distress it, it will tone down. But I did not put away my stencils. I've got my stencils here from Tim Holtz. So I think circles. If I can get in here. I'm going to do circles. So we're going to do, I'm kind of look at where I want them, and I think, all right, let's put it over here. Gold stencil of circles. And so I think I'm going to go like that. And then we're going to take this. And you just want to push. And then you have, as long as your paint is not dry, you can get a negative when you pull your stencil up. Let's see if I put enough paint down. They're very faint. Do you see that? And I didn't get it up here on the yellow where I really, really wanted it. So let me see if I pull this off, put this down here. See what happens. You can see it's very faint. So I think I'm going to quit playing in this. See if I can pull some of that gold off of that border here. Got a little bit. Okay, I'm going to quit playing in this because it's just, maybe I can get some down here. I know I say I'm going to quit playing and then I keep playing. Let's pull it down here where it's white, where there's white and red. Let's pull this. Just put a little bit more for the stencil to grab. And we're going to go this way. And let's try this. That's cool. Can you see that now? Look at that. Just picks that up. Let's get a little gold on here. We did. Look at that. Ooh, makes all the difference in the world. Got gold down there. See if we can get a little gold up here. Nope. Let's see. Just get. Yep. And it'll come off the acetate. Already is making a big difference. You can tell the gold is sticky. It needs time to dry. There we go. That looks much better, and it will be very rich when it is distressed. So when this dries, I'll finish this and we'll come back and see what we have, and you'll be surprised. Meanwhile, let's do something with this guy here. Love that. How about some purple? We have not used any purple. Let's do a little bit of this and then I'm going to let you go. Let me pull this down. Don't want a lot. Don't know if this will work. was hoping we would be able to play and get all of these done, but time is always a factor. Some of you love the long videos and others don't, so push that fast forward button, guys, because I can only do what I can do. And I'm trying not to keep it long, but sometimes when you do a process video, that's just what happens. All right, let's see if we pick up some of this, what we're gonna get. It's a lot of purple. Let's see. Ooh, I picked up, some of that gold is really beautiful. Ooh. I wish I knew where I had gold because that looks really nice. Looks really nice, but it's nowhere near done. It needs more. Ooh, look at it, just pulled that. Look at how pretty that is. My goodness. I don't know if this red is wet. I don't think so. This is getting there. I think it needs to dry. And we'll come back to it. All right, let's get into this gold. Pull some more of this. I really, really liked the gold. And maybe a little green. Let me put a little green on this. And see, what do I have in green? Or how about, let's put a little bit of this. I may be crazy putting this on there. We'll see. This may be the worst idea I've had right here. But the only way to find out is to do it. So if you have a play, and then if you can fix it, great. If you can't, well, you can either cover it up or stick it in the recycling bin. Ooh, I like it though. Let's see. Ooh, it needs some yellow, but look at that. I think that looks really pretty. Let's stick some yellow down, and then I'm going to say goodbye because I really don't want this to go too long. Let's come up here and pull some of this with the yellow. See what happens. We've got red, blue, gold. And the worst that'll happen is the yellow will dry and we will use it for a pull on something else. So far, the envelopes, I appreciate the idea and I think the envelopes are cool. So far, tags are my most fun. I really like the tags the best. Ooh, but this is pretty. Look at that. Look at that. This paper is very thin, and so because it's wet, it wants to curl. But look at how pretty that is. And I think I would just put a little bit of black. Here is the back. Look at the gold. But I think, and I shouldn't put the black because this is wet and I don't want it to tear. But let me put a little bit of black on this and grab a piece of paper and let's pull what we've got and get an idea. Hopefully that's going to be enough. I will pull a piece of cardstock and let's see what we've got here. Not a big fan of doing cardstock yet because I don't know what to do with it other than to create like an envelope with it. So let's pull that. Not cardstock, it's computer paper. Let's pull this and see. And then I think, because I've got this black paint here, I don't want it to go to waste. That pulled and looks good. Any for here. Makes all the difference in the world, guys. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is, and we got a touch of red there. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. And then we've got this. If I had red to get, I'd get it. But let's see if I can get some of this. Nope. But look at how pretty that is. And when this gets distressed, it's gonna be beautiful. You have a little bit of purple here. You have that red there and then that black. Oh, it really did turn out to be very, very pretty. And then this one here, I think when it is done, I might go ahead and see. I might come in and pull some of this green and see if I don't like that. I may call this not quite done yet, but this one I think is done. I think that is beautiful. It looks like an old piece of patinaed marble. So let's pull this and see what we get. Ooh, oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Okay, this was like the best for the last look. Oh my goodness, look at this. It pulled all that up. I think it almost was worth it for this. And I would just go ahead in here, I think, and use Distress Ink. I don't think I would, I'm not going to touch this, and I am going to use this as a journal page. For sure, this is gorgeous. When this is dry, I will come in with the Distress Ink. Look at the gold. Oh, this is why the Gelli plate is worth everything. This right here, when you have something that you're just sitting there thinking, I got to this because of just all the layers that were laid down. I got to this because of this. I got to this because of this. Beautiful. Yeah, this was worth it all. Yeah, it almost looks like fool's gold, these little bits and pieces. Love that. Just love that. And then turquoise almost looks like, yeah. So I think you'll be amazed when I go ahead and, I don't know, if I don't do anything to this, I could take, let's pull out, if you want to stick around for just a second, let me take all of this, just really quick. Let me take this away, and let's go ahead and distress on that piece where you can see what it's going to look like. So do we have a beautiful piece, or here. This piece that needs to dry. And then this piece. And this is probably my least favorite piece. And so this is very yellow and needs to be toned down. So I'm going to continue playing with this piece. This piece to me is not quite done. So, but this, let's go ahead and get out. Just bear with me here for a second. I know, I'm going to put this here because I know we are glaring. Let's just go around this and see what happens. Do I have a piece of, let me put a piece of paper towel down. Sorry guys. Put a piece of something so that I can really get in here. Look at the difference. Depending upon how much of this you want to use, and the stress does not bother the gold at all, but it completely changes everything. And then I will open the back up and you can see the difference. Look at that, night and day. It almost covered up for me too much, but depending upon what we decorate this with will make all the difference in the world. And if I don't like this, although I love this piece of red, I could fold this up like that to create a pocket and then have this, and then I don't have to worry about this. But I love that little piece of red. If I could just grab red from somewhere. Yeah, so we'll see what I'm going to do with this. This I think is cool. I love that little bit of red there. It's just it's a pop of color. And then this, I'm wondering, should we just go ahead and do it and see what happens? See if we can tone this down some. And we do. It does tone it down quite a bit. So I'm going to have to look at this and think about this. But this, magic. This right here is where the magic is. Look at that. Yeah. This is the magic right here. All right, guys, I am going to leave you with this fabulous piece and say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this play, and I will see you for Index Card Friday. Take care, guys. Bye.